The box arrived without a return address, just a rough cardboard shell stained with something dark and dry around the edges. Inside was a bell, black and metal, smooth and cold to the touch, with no clapper inside. It didn't ring, it didn't move, but when Wren held it, she swore she heard something distant, a slow breath behind her ear. She asked everyone, family, friends, neighbors, but no one admitted sending it. The bell had a strange weight to it, heavier than it should have been, like it carried something inside it. Wren left it on her shelf and tried to forget about it. That night, she dreamed of being underwater. Something was ringing beneath the waves, something with too many arms. The next morning, the bell was gone, not on the shelf, not anywhere in the apartment. She found it hours later on her pillow, facing her. She threw it in the trash, then the garbage disposal, then down the storm drain by the curb. It didn't matter. It always came back. Always dry, always cold, always watching. When Wren finally decided to record it, to prove to herself she wasn't losing it, her phone camera wouldn't focus on the bell. It blurred, flickered, then shut off. When she played the footage back, the bell was gone from the frame, but she could still hear it, a low hum, growing louder. She stopped sleeping. Every time she drifted off, she heard it. Ding, faint but deliberate. Not like a real bell, more like something mimicking the idea of a bell. And always, just before she woke up, a voice would whisper, "It's time." She took it to a pawn shop. The man behind the counter picked it up, blinked, and then immediately set it down. "You should keep this," he said quietly. "No, I don't want it," she replied. His hands were trembling. "You don't get it. You've already answered." That night, her lights flickered. The shadows in the corners grew longer, darker, thicker. She lit candles just to keep herself grounded. And then, through the mirror, across the room, she saw something standing behind her. Not a full figure, just a suggestion of one, holding the bell. Wren ran to her bedroom, locked the door, and shoved a towel under it. She wrapped the bell in a pillowcase, stuffed it in the freezer, and sat in the corner with a knife in her lap. She stayed there until dawn. The sun came, the lights returned. She opened the freezer. It was gone. There was a note on her kitchen table, written in her own handwriting. Time is moving. She didn't remember writing it, but beside it, the bell had returned, and this time it was ringing. Wren took it to a priest. He held it once, closed his eyes, and refused to touch it again. "You didn't find this," he told her. "It found you, and whatever is tied to it doesn't want to be cast out." She begged him to bless it. He blessed her instead. She tried to bury it, dug a hole in the woods behind her apartment complex, poured salt in, wrapped the bell in cloth, buried it deep. When she returned home, the dirt from the hole was scattered across her kitchen floor. The bell sat in the center of it, ringing. The ringing never stopped after that. She shoved the bell in a drawer, then under her bed, then in the trunk of her car. Still, it rang. Not loud, but constant, soft, rhythmic, like a heartbeat outside of time, until her own heartbeat started matching it. She couldn't speak without hearing it in her throat. She stopped answering calls, stopped going to work. Everything in her apartment felt crooked, like the angles were bending around the bell. Even light hit it wrong, like it absorbed instead of reflected. Then came the scratching from inside the walls, from inside the closet, from inside the bell. And a voice, clear this time, whispered from the shadows, "Time is thin. You opened it." She stared at the bell, and for the first time, it stared back. Wren tried to leave the apartment, just walk out the door and go. But when she reached for the doorknob, the hallway beyond twisted, lengthened like a tunnel, and she swore she saw figures at the far end, unmoving, waiting. And then the bell rang once, just once. The hallway snapped back into place. She covered every mirror, every reflective surface. The bell didn't like that. She woke up to find her face etched into the frost on the windows, smiling. And on her bathroom mirror, written in steam, though no water had run, "Don't hide from us." Wren dug into the bell's markings, searched forums, library archives, folklore sites. A symbol carved faintly into its base matched an old European tale, the mourner's mark, a bell used in ancient rites to call the forgotten back to time. It was never supposed to be rung, and it was never supposed to be silent. She couldn't take it anymore. She booked a motel 2 towns away, left everything behind, just a bag, her keys, and silence. For one whole night she slept, no ringing, no whispering, no bell. But when she woke, it was on the nightstand. Not beside it, on it, fused to the wood, Its metal was warm now, like skin. She tried to scream, but only the sound of a bell came out. And from the motel hallway, she heard soft, synchronized footsteps coming closer, ringing with her. Wren pressed her hands to her ears, but the sound wasn't outside. It was inside her. The ringing vibrated in her teeth, her bones, her blood. The motel walls began to pulse, the floor rippling like water beneath her. And just above the sound, she heard whispering, "One becomes the vessel becomes the call." The door creaked open. No one stood there, only a hallway that hadn't been there before, dark and bending. The bell pulled her gaze toward it. Her body rose without her permission. She was walking, barefoot, hands loose, mouth slightly open, ringing with every step. The hallway stretched into a staircase made of stone. At the bottom, dozens of bells, all black, all silent, all watching her. And in the center stood a figure, shifting, faceless, with hands made of ringing metal. "Time is yours now," it said, without speaking. Wren tried to scream, tried to run, but her feet melted into the stone. Her skin folded like paper. Her eyes saw too much. The bell in her hand fused with her palm, then her chest, then her voice. She was no longer alone in her mind. She was the bell, and the bell had stories to ring. In another city, in another mailbox, a package arrived. No return address, just a rough cardboard box stained at the edges. Inside it, a bell, black, smooth, silent, but only for now.